Chat, lock in, bro. We're going to watch like a video or two. 6 terrifying cave moments caught on camera.
A YouTuber named Alex from the channel Cantrell Caving is known for exploring some of the most dangerous, narrow, and unpredictable cave systems.
How do you think they rate the cave? I would understand being like, oh, this is sick, you know, look at the view, look how deep it goes. But I feel like a lot of these expert cavers, they're just like more than half of the caving experience. They're just wedged in between a wall. Or they breathe out and move. And they just do that the whole time. And then they get out of that and they're like, yeah, that was a 10 out of 10 experience. I thought I was going to die the entire time. I enjoyed every moment of it.
In the world. But this time, his passion nearly cost him his life.
I will say, whenever I think about caving, I immediately think about Nutty Putty Cave, where the guy died upside down. So scary. Like, it gives me anxiety thinking about that. Like, being in that, like, position. Like, where you're just literally stuck with the blood rushing to your head. You can't move and you can barely breathe.
November 3rd, 2023, a group of 5 young men, including Alex and his close friend Jacob, set out to explore a cave they had never been in before. The plan was simple: follow the rope, reach the end, and document the journey. But nothing ever goes exactly as planned underground. At first, everything seemed fine. Headlamps.
What's also crazy to me is somebody saw this hole. Like, for them to know this went somewhere, human curiosity, somebody walks up to this at some point in time, you know, 40 years... Weird pause. Weird pause. Somebody walks up to this cave here, and, you know, they go, hey, I want to see where that goes. Like, I would maybe crouch down, look in, and be like, nah, that's too narrow. No, that motherfucker crawled through to where he couldn't move anymore and just kept going.
Headlamps on, boots laced, spirits high. They moved deeper inside, unaware that the conditions had already changed, and fast.
Do it!
Are they having fun? No, like, is this... Like, they're like, oh, dude, it's getting so tight. I feel like I'm dying. Oh, dude. Oh, the water level's rising. Dude, we're displacing it. I think I'm inhaling fucking bacteria. Oh, why does the air smell weird?
Not long into their descent, they found themselves battling rising water. The cave's narrow passages were partially flooded, making every step harder and far more dangerous. The air was heavy with moisture, and the rocks were slick. Every step forward took them...
I love the monotone voice of this guy. Like, he's just explaining a historical event to me. The air was thick, and they were nervous for what was to come next.
Deeper, both into the cave and into the unknown.
What happens if you pee in a wetsuit? Just asking
It just stays.
I'm asking for a friend.
Oh, I'd be pissing a storm in that fucking wetsuit, dude. I would be like, I would look like a Superman when I was in a wetsuit for too long, because it would be full of piss and it would make me bigger. So like, it would get to the point where like I mean, unless it leaks out of your leg, but I feel like it's like airtight. It would be, I'd be blown up like a balloon.
It just stays with it.
If you had a superpower, you would be Water Boy. All right, not like Water Boy.
Last minute emergency
It would be more like Aquaman.
source.
They were still laughing, talking about reaching the end of the tunnel, but beneath the surface, tension was starting to build. Jacob, who had scouted part of the route ahead, tried to warn them. Some sections are completely underwater. You'll have to duck your head just to get through. There's no way to breathe.
I mean, he can't even look where he's going unless he has like a reflected, like if his camera is showing him what it's recording behind him.
In parts of it.
Like, how does he know where he's going?
I can't hear Edward. Go. Edward, go right. Go right. Okay, gotcha.
Still, the group pushed forward, following the rope and hoping nothing would go wrong. But as they went deeper into the flooded tunnel, fear began to show on Alex's face. His confidence faded. His movements grew tense and frantic. The water level kept rising until it filled his ears, and the only...
I think the second I couldn't have my ears out of the water, I would have to turn back. Where, like, you're trying to talk to your friends that are in front of you, and it's muffled because you're underwater and your forehead is pressed against the top of the cave.
The only way to breathe was to tilt his head
Like, I don't think I would panic until here. I think I would be able to, if like my chin and my full head was out, I think I would just be like, okay, yeah, whatever.
straight up toward the ceiling. The deeper he crawled, the more unstable he became, until suddenly, everything went wrong.
You going, Jacob?
Oh, he just bailed. No, no, no.
Oh, is his friend panicking?
You're good. You're good. You're good. Oh my God! I'm coming out. All right, we'll back.
I feel like if you go caving and do this, caving isn't for you. Is that like fucked to say? Like, even if you have the interest in caving, if like you panic like that and then, you know, put your life and like your friends' lives like in danger in the sense of like, oh no, I'm just gonna push past them. I need to get the fuck out of here. Like, obviously he didn't want to do that. It was probably like an instinct, but like, my God, dude. I would be so mad at him.
One of Alex's friends
He could have gotten knocked out.
panicked. Struggling to breathe, he grabbed onto Alex in desperation, nearly dragging them both underwater. Cold, water, darkness, claustrophobia. In a cave, panic is your worst enemy.
Oh yeah, no, I would definitely panic because you would be mini breathing. You'd be like, because you can't like take, especially the position they're in, like they couldn't breathe normally.
Despite the chaos, they somehow managed to keep their heads above water. Inch by inch, they pulled themselves back toward the light. By the time they reached an open space, both Alex and his friend were scraped, bruised, and completely exhausted. It could have ended very differently. They were lucky to survive. This man was exploring a
Damn, would y'all rather be in like an underwater trapped cave, like a semi-underwater one like that, or just like a tight space? I feel like I'd rather be in the water. I wouldn't want to be underwater, but I would rather deal with that than like having to squeeze through like a gap that I actually think I can't breathe in. Because that was more like in his head versus actually your chest being compressed.
cave when he reached a dangerously narrow passage.
Oh yeah, like no, I'm not. I'd rather do the water by far. It's not even close. Like because right here, if you panic, you're just screaming, and then you're gonna faint.
Determined to push
Like you can't move.
forward, he squeezed himself into the tight gap and nearly became stuck. The video was uploaded to YouTube on January 10th, 2022, under the title "Smothered in a Claustrophobic Cave." The man behind the channel, Caveman Hikes, has posted dozens of similar videos, where he successfully escapes caves after long and risky explorations. But in this video, things
Wow,
look
man, what happens if you put on a few pounds too? You know, you're used to caving in like tight areas. You're like, oh, you know, they may have stats on the cave of how like thick it is. You're like, I can fit through that. You know, it was just Thanksgiving. You had a few full meals. You're 5-10 pounds heavier. Uh-oh.
far more tense.
So far, I haven't felt like that squeeze, but I
Don't know what that means. I'm assuming by squeeze, he means like a fearful tightening around my body. Not like you're being hugged, but like you're being pressed, like compressed.
don't know if I'm gonna be able to take the light with me, is the problem.
Is he going down or up right now?
If I go Superman style, I can certainly get through, but then my clothes are gonna bunch up.
He's going down. So he thinks he's going to be able to get back up through this if he can't even go down? Like gravity's not aiding him. Or gravity is aiding him and he can't get down there. There's no shot in hell he's going to be able to get back up.
Look cool
He could be sideways right now, too.
on camera, but very uncomfortable bunching clothes up and backing up at the same time. So one of the nice things about these is you can use your feet for leverage, and you can't see that, but I take my feet and I pinch it up against the ceiling, and then I use that to leverage myself backwards. So I'm leveraging myself through here. And I fit okay. It didn't look like I was gonna, but I'm pretty much... I just have a hard time leveraging myself to move myself over this knuckle. But it's gonna be...
Dude! And you, like, say you panic, you faint, you get up, and you, like, can't get out. Even if you called for help, I feel like if somebody came down, they're like, all right, we're going to get you out, man. I'd be like, no, don't even ask me to do anything. Knock me the fuck out. Inject me with horse tranquilizer and just pull my body out. I want to wake up out of this fucking cave. I would not be able to be like, all right, man. All right. Exhale, and I'm going to pull you. Fuck that. Drag my limp body out of this.
It's gonna be a little lossy here.
For a while, he keeps trying to push deeper into the cave, but eventually realizes he's almost completely trapped.
Trying to give you a decent view.
Oh my God.
What's going on?
Oh my God. Getting out of that. Dude, he literally is like.
My little gumdrop's life here. I'll bring you closer.
He's not going to try and get back up. He's going, I'm going to keep trying to go down.
Closer. There we go. So it's all about leverage, and I don't know where my feet are here, but I'm working my way through here as I can. I can't turn and see. You see, this is the problem with the clothes bunching up. My knee pad's caught. Okay.
At that
I do gotta say, these people, I feel like these cavers gotta be like, I'm just assuming, very lax people. Like, there's no way you could do this, deal with the anxiety of this, and then not be like basically able to handle any stress, you know? Like, I feel like if you could deal with this, bro, oh my God, you're able to withstand anything.
moment, he decides not to risk it any further and begins carefully backing out the way he came. Fortunately, he manages to escape without any injuries.
I'm shocked he was able to back out through that.
This story comes from the YouTube channel Action Adventure Twins, run by two brothers, James and Edward.
I am so surprised that there are this many caving channels. And I will say I get this. Like this right here. All these things that he's reaching, this is fucking awesome. Rafting 5 miles underground inside the largest cave in the USA. There's like a huge waterfall, or like this with a 280-foot waterfall. Looks like a lake. Like, I would get you squeezing through the gap to get to one of these places.
Since early 2020, they've
versus like just doing the gap for the love of the game.
Been exploring dangerous and extremely tight cave systems, documenting their underground adventures. But in March 2021, one of their expeditions brought them terrifying.
Like, who went down that? Somebody saw that shit one day and went, yeah, I'm going to go look in that hole.
Close to death.
Like, I would even just be worried that, like, just from an outer perspective, I'd be like, I'm not peeking my head in there, dude. There could be an animal in there. There could be, like, a mountain lion style. I don't fucking know what region this is.
Decided to explore the well-known Pettyjohn Cave in Georgia. By that time, they had already visited several sections of this sprawling maze-like cave system, even discovering an underground waterfall during one of their previous trips. They felt confident enough to take on the challenges of this underground labyrinth. However, this time, their goal was one of the most difficult sections of the cave, appropriately named the Nervous Breakdown.
This one.
Yo, let's go caving, man. We're gonna go down the Nervous Breakdown. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Oh, really? The name of the fucking cave is a Nervous Breakdown. Oh, yeah, let's go down that. That'll be so fun. Somebody said Satan's ass crack. Yeah, dude, they always have, like, weird names like that. Let's go through the pulverizer. It's gonna be sick, man. There's, like, one section where you have to shimmy down a tube like imagine you're a Slim Jim. And you're just trying to get out of the packaging. It's gonna be like that.
It's tight.
A title that perfectly describes the mental state of anyone attempting to pass through it. The beginning of the trip went smoothly.
Is it wet? Is it all wet? I feel like that would be better for me if everything was slippery. Do you think they ever like butter themselves up? Spray a little Pam on themselves?
The brothers squeezed through a narrow entrance and reached the first open chamber of the cave. But soon, the passages began to narrow again, forcing them to crawl through tighter and tighter spaces. After about 25 minutes of crawling, they faced their first serious obstacle. A muddy chamber with a deep, narrow pit in the middle that had to be carefully skirted along the edge. One wrong move would mean falling into a tight shaft with almost zero chance of climbing back out.
See, but like, I could do this. I could do this. Could you guys do this? Like, if I get a crouch, I don't care. Even if there's like a little few parts where I would have to like crawl. But the second I gotta like lay down and scooch myself through the opening, nah, it's over.
With almost zero chance of climbing back out. The slippery walls and lack of solid footing would make it nearly impossible to pull someone out. After safely passing this dangerous area, they finally reached the entrance to the infamous nervous breakdown. To their frustration,
they're not even there yet, freaking out about getting there.
Part of the surrounding area had collapsed, making it much harder to find a safe route forward. Rocks were scattered everywhere, narrow drops surrounded them, and pitch-black darkness filled the space. After a long search, Edward eventually located an entrance and decided to go down, leaving his brother above as a backup in case something went wrong. He had no idea that this decision would become one of the biggest mistakes of his life. After descending a bit deeper, Edward tried to contact his brother, but there was no response.
I found a rope.
Oh my god, and they just stopped communicating? I feel like I would think he's dead.
I don't hear James anymore. Uh-oh.
He suddenly found himself in a nightmare scenario, lost in an unknown part of the cave with no way to communicate. At first, he tried to stay calm
They don't even have like radios or things they could call for help with?
and continued moving, still hoping he would meet James somewhere ahead. But after 30 minutes of searching and calling out with no answer, the reality of the situation began to sink in. He
I'm
knew
just
that
leaving, bro. I'm leaving. Are you gonna keep going deeper in to try and find, like, wait, I'm confused right now. Is his brother or friend in front of him deeper in the cave or further back? Or they're just different, they're lost. Like, they're at different parts. It's like a maze.
panic was the worst possible
Oh, he's just lost.
reaction, but anxiety was slowly taking over. After countless
What are these ropes on the ceiling? They can't just fall, like,
failed
follow
attempts
that?
to locate his brother, Edward decided to retrace his steps,
Wow.
only to realize how difficult that would be.
They got, like, breadcrumbs. I feel like I'd be marking the cave.
James! It's been like 30 minutes since I last saw him. I don't even know where I'm at. I tried to go back to the last place I saw him, and everything just looks the same.
Nah, this is the worst. This is the worst. This is the worst. The only thing I will say is if I got turbo lost and people knew I was caving, I would be like, all right, they're gonna find me. I just have to stay alive for 3 days without, you know, starving to death or dying of dehydration. Because they would send someone.
It's just a jumbo maze.
Every direction looked exactly the same in the dim light of his headlamp. Narrow tunnels and uneven rock walls
What if it floods? Do they do that?
offered no landmarks
Oh my god, it starts raining.
to help him remember where he had come from. With every step, the situation became more desperate. A single wrong choice could leave him wedged in a passage too tight to escape, or worse, he could fall into a hidden fissure. Even with
Bro, I mean, like, I understand he could get in a path that's, like, too tight for him to retreat. But, like, couldn't he, if he was like, oh, this is getting tight, I don't remember this, turn around.
without physical injury, it would be easy to wander in circles until exhaustion took over. The recording, which began with excitement as he entered the nervous breakdown, could have ended as a tragic documentation of his final moments. After what felt like endless wandering in circles, Edward finally spotted a small but familiar detail, a piece of marker tape he had noticed earlier on his way down. Following it, he was finally able to find his way back.
James! Oh. You're over here? Oh. Dude.
Dude, I was about to start smashing my head against the wall, man. It's been days. Where have you been?
This place is a maze, man.
Oh, hey, I see your light.
Dude. I thought we were never gonna see each other.
Dude, I know.
Oh.
After reuniting, The brothers stayed together for the rest of the expedition and eventually made it safely out of the cave without serious injuries. This experience didn't stop them from exploring caves. They continue to upload videos to their YouTube channel, but now
DMT trip down there, yo, that would actually be like a crazy torture. Like, hey, if you don't give us the information, we're gonna give you DMT, knock you out, and then leave you in a cave, and you have to find your way out. You know what's so crazy is the rampant change in YouTube content. I could really see like a stupid YouTuber be like, I'm going to go down in this cave and then I'm going to do salvia. I'm going to go down in this cave and then I'm going to take something. See if I can find my way out.
now they do so with far more caution and much better preparation. The following story took place in January 2014, when a group of cave explorers set out to conquer Lost John's Cave in Lancashire, England. This impressive cave system stretches for about 3 miles, with known depths reaching around
How long are they down there?
700 feet.
This is like an all-day thing.
Most of the team had years of caving experience behind them, and, like many seasoned explorers, they were confident in their abilities. They carefully prepared for the expedition, studying maps, planning their route, and packing the necessary gear. But in the world of caving, there is a brutal truth. When something goes wrong, no amount of planning can guarantee safety. Even the most experienced explorers can find themselves in life-threatening situations. That is exactly what happened to one member of the group, Bob Johnson. At first, the
Bro's name is Bob. I thought they were gonna say his name was. I heard Butt Johnson. That's why I rewinded. Bob's not that crazy. His name's Robert. When I originally heard it, I heard Butt Johnson, and I went, "There's no way this guy's name is Butt."
team moved deeper into the cave, using their equipment to overcome each obstacle.
But one of them couldn't make it past everything. Butt Johnson.
But everything changed when they reached a section known as the Tube, an extremely narrow passage that required crawling forward on their stomachs. To make matters worse, part of the passage was filled with water,
Oh.
making visibility and breathing even more difficult. Despite the dangerous conditions, the group decided to continue. The thinnest member went first and managed to squeeze through. Bob Johnson went next.
What? I feel like you send the fattest guy first. I'm not trying to be fucked when I say that. Why the fuck are we sending the thinnest guy? That ain't letting us know if everybody can fit through it. You send the dude that's big as shit. You send the guy, dude, if it's like me and my friend that's like 6'5", 250, I'm sending him first. Because what the fuck it matter if I could get by it? If he can't, I gotta turn around.
And he was far less fortunate. At first, he made steady
And then say he does get stuck, I can pull his ass out.
progress through the tube, but soon he began to struggle, even in the slightly wider sections.
And then that would make me less nervous. Because I wouldn't want to do it and then be like, oh my God, I barely made it through there. Because if a guy that's like 50 pounds more than me makes it through, I'd be like, oh, I'm definitely going to make it through this.
Somehow he reached the narrowest part of the passage, and that's where his luck ran out.
Why would they keep going forward? I'd be like, nah, pull me back.
He became completely wedged from the waist down, and every attempt to free himself only made things worse. Being stuck in such a tight space is already horrifying. The feeling of solid rock squeezing your body, the walls closing in, you can't move, you can barely breathe, and panic begins to creep in. For Bob, the nightmare was just beginning. On top of being trapped, he now had to face a far more terrifying threat: rising water. Water makes any caving trip infinitely more dangerous. In a dry cave, even if you get stuck, at least you have time to think, time to plan. But when water starts rising, the situation becomes deadly within minutes. Imagine freezing water slowly climbing up your body while you are trapped in solid rock, unable to move.
Oh my God, I never even thought about how the water's probably like fucking 40 degrees, bro. You're like deep in a cave in England in the winter or like the fall, dude, the water's probably fucking ice cold.
The terror is indescribable. Bob knew he had only a short
I don't know why I was thinking it would be like, oh, like a cave in like Costa Rica, like hot in the jungle. The water's going to be warm.
time before
No.
drowning became a real possibility.
Wow.
And he fought desperately to free himself. But the water soaked through his clothing, making him heavier, and his escape attempts even more hopeless. Just when the situation seemed completely hopeless, one of the team members had an idea. The idea that would ultimately save Bob's life.
Yeah, it looks tight. Billy, I get it. Pull in! Pull in!
Instead of trying to push him forward, the team members behind him began carefully pulling him back the way he came, and it worked.
The crazy intelligent idea they had to save his life. I'm like, damn, what are they going to come up with? They're going to like tell him they're going to like cut his clothes or something. I feel like if he couldn't get through, the first thing any human is saying is, all right, well, let's just pull you back the way you came. Like if you're stuck going through, I'd be like, well, let's just turn around. You know, let's just pull him back. Like, why would you keep trying to go forward? What? I'm happy he's okay, but like, why was he still, I thought they had already tried that. You know what I mean? I thought that was like an unspoken thing. Like he couldn't get through, then they couldn't get him back. So it's like, all right, well, the logical thing is now he has to keep going.
Worked. Bob was finally freed, though his ordeal was far from over. Later, he shared in the comments that he and the two teammates who rescued him had to crawl for another 3 hours to escape the cave through an alternative
3 hours?
route. This incident left such a deep psychological scar that even today, Bob says he can't watch the footage from that day without experiencing severe anxiety. This unsettling video was filmed by Jacob, an experienced explorer obsessed with uncovering the secrets of abandoned mines. For nearly 20 years, he had descended into forgotten tunnels, documenting his journeys and sharing the hidden history of these places with his viewers. But this time was different. This time he encountered something he would never forget. On the cold, rainy evening of December 5th, 2017, Jacob drove down a dark, deserted road toward another abandoned mine, unaware of what awaited him underground.
The forest is slowly overtaking the old mine ruins at the Waldeck mine.
Okay, that's the portal to the Waldeck mine. I'm inside.
Bro's calling it a portal. It's over.
The wind has kind of died down a little bit, and
All right, so I'm going to walk through this weird cavern into this nether portal, and then we're going to be in the mine.
it's not raining, so I managed
I've been told if you explore this cave at 3 in the morning, you get sent to like an alternate universe.
to stay dry.
I'm trying to find the back rooms.
Of course, I'm inside this little alcove, kind of. But anyway, you come down this little incline path, and then big boulders here you have to climb over, and then the tunnel's right behind me this way. So let's check it out. Let's get in here.
At first, everything seemed normal, almost calm. But the deeper he ventured, the stronger a strange feeling of unease grew inside him as he passed beneath rotting wooden beams, barely holding back the crushing weight of the earth. After more than 15 minutes of walking, something strange appeared on camera.
We're going to take this branch
Oh my god, like an animal?
tunnel that we skipped on the way in.
Did you see the white light or another person? Do you see the white light appear further down the main haulage tunnel in the dark on the right side of the screen as I pan to the left?
I'm assuming that X means a dead end or somebody died.
A faint flash of light deep in the tunnel, like a
Oh my god, I did see that.
tunnel, like a distant. A faint flash of light deep in the tunnel,
It's right there, you see it? Wait.
like a distant. A faint flash of light deep in the tunnel, like a distant flashlight beam. Though Jacob didn't notice it at the time, moments later, disturbing sounds began to echo through the tunnel. Soft, whisper-like noises coming from somewhere just out of sight.
Do you hear that? Sounds like,
Stop fucking moving!
what is that wind?
It sounds like wind. No, it sounds like somebody's watching like a video on their phone.
Can you? I don't know if you can hear that on the camera. Do you hear that?
Oh my god, and then it got quiet.
It stopped. Well, I don't know what that is. That doesn't sound like wind, but...
Bro, I'm pretty sure that's saying, you see me, you see me. Yo, him going... I don't think that's wind. What if that's like a demon or a fucking ghost down there? Yo, that motherfucker's probably so confused.
Well,
that's gotta be fake.
What that is. That doesn't sound like wind, but... That's crazy. Don't know if that's a bird or...
A bird? You're underground.
What that is. It almost sounds like snakes, but... Wow. I've heard some weird stuff in mines, but that is definitely creepy. I don't know what that is. So let's get out of here and head back out to the portal. That was weird. I think I keep hearing something. That was strange. I hear the air blowing here. Wow. I'm getting out of here, and you can really hear that airflow. I'm getting out of here and heading home.
Uneasy,
Yo, you could fake the fuck out of like really good YouTube horror videos if you and your friend went down here, did this video, but your friend just acted like he didn't know you and like was like really disheveled, covered in dirt or something.
Jacob turned back toward
And then you shine the flashlight and he's just standing there.
the entrance, but on his way out, he noticed another tunnel he had missed before and cautiously decided to investigate.
Looking down the tunnel here.
What the fuck is this? This really does look like a fucking, like, AI-generated back rooms, dude. This is really an abandoned cave. This is so creepy. Like, this is out of a walk-through horror game. Oh my god, is there somebody standing there?
I don't know why that one chain is swinging back there. Don't know if you can see that in the video or not.
Inside, steel chains hung from the ceiling, ordinary at first glance, until he saw one of them slowly swaying back and forth, as if someone had just touched it. That was
Oh, I'm thinking, like, it looks like there's a tube, like somebody's
enough
holding
for
it.
Jacob. Realizing he was not alone, he immediately left the mine and never looked back. To this day, he still has no explanation for what happened in that tunnel. It remains an unsolved mystery.
I like that so much more. I like the like, ooh, that's spooky. What was that? Versus Bob couldn't fit through the tunnel. He almost fucking drowned.
This unsettling 30-minute video was filmed by a man named Daniel, who entered a cave with two of his friends despite having no proper caving experience or equipment. Only a few minutes after going
they've never been in a cave before.
underground, they got
Awesome.
lost, as anyone would expect. While searching for a way out, Daniel discovered a small chamber crawling with massive spiders.
Oh! I'm not scared of spiders, but there's a shitload of them.
Where?
Okay, spiders, don't touch me and I won't touch you.
And to make things even worse, one of his friends nearly became stuck between the cave walls. At first, the group tried to stay calm and act as if everything was under control. But as the video goes on, the tension rises and panic slowly begins to take over. Fortunately, after a terrifying struggle in the darkness, all three of them eventually managed to find their way out unharmed.
That one wasn't that bad. I think if you're like, if you have like arachnophobia, that'd be really rough. At least, no matter how bad and tough it gets, at least you're not in a cave. Cave divers, when they have a 500K house, loving wife, 3 adorable kids, and the cave is named "Do not go in there, you'll die" in the worst way possible. Oh my God.